Good evening, everybody. Today, we're going to talk about how your energy shapes your destiny. But first, I would like for you to close your eyes. Take a deep breath and remember a situation where you felt hurt, angry, or frustrated. Really dive into it now. Where were you? Who were you with? How does it make you feel? Scan your body, see where that feeling is. And connecting to that negative feeling, open your eyes and watch how your energy is affecting the space around. You can see that the dowsing rods are moving. Now remember the position of the rods. I'm going to ask you to close your eyes one more time. And this time, think of somebody you love the most. Picture their beautiful face. Watch them smiling. Hear their voice. And feel how the energy of love is penetrating every cell of your body. Keep feeling that love. And now open your eyes. Do you see how much bigger and more open your energy became? You probably felt that yourself. Your emotion is literally energy in motion. Now, just for 1 second, imagine that instead of a regular selfie, you were able to capture what was going on inside. What others feel from you, your emotional selfie. These dowsing rods in ancient cultures were believed to sense and respond to human energy and bioenergy of all living things. They provided a visual, tactile way to really see what was going on inside when different emotions were triggered. Today, we have scientific instruments to measure emotions. So, what is an emotion? Emotion is a change in the autonomous nervous system affecting all biochemical processes in your body. You get goosebumps, blush, turn pale. That happens because the capillary saturation changes, which in turn changes your body's impedance or resistance, affecting the electromagnetic field around you. That's why the rods move. Modern scientists are very interested in studying that electromagnetic field or biofield. One of the first researchers to study this phenomenon back in the 18th century was a German scientist, Luxembourg. But it was a Russian scientist, Semyon Kirlian, and his wife that made the field of bioenergy famous in the 30s of last century. They found that in electric field of high voltage, human body and any object has a glow. And that glow for humans dependent on their emotional state, stress level, sickness, or health. Since then, we have so-called Kirlian photography to capture biofields of humans and objects. Look how beautiful that is. Today, we have several scientific instruments to scan and analyze this biofield. But perhaps one of the most advanced equipments that actually gave new development to the field of Kirlian photography is so-called GDV, or gas discharge visualization device, created by dr.korotkov. How does the GDV device work? It's been scientifically proven that a human body emits over 100,000 light impulses or photons per second. These biophotons are emitted not only by human body, but by all living things, and are the steering mechanism behind all biochemical processes. Usually, they're not seen by an unaided eye because they are ultra low intensity that goes beyond what human sight can perceive. The GDV device captures biophotons emitted from 10 fingers through the stimulation with a very weak electric current. The computer program then translates that recording onto the map of organs and systems based on the traditional Chinese medicine, so we can see which organs and systems have enough energy, which have surplus or deficiency. Now, scientists already know that the biofield of a human contains both emotional and physical information. So what can be seen in the biofield? Numerous research articles from different peer-reviewed journals show that a biofield of a human can reflect a difference in energy between men and women, older people and younger people. It can also reveal the effect of alcohol, stress, drugs, anxiety, and other emotional states. A biofield of a human really contains physical and emotional information, aka our true selfie. A cheerful, happy person will have a glow that is strong and big. Any distortion to the physical or emotional body breaks the luminous halo, deforms it, and makes it smaller. Now, scientists can already register the energy leaving the body after death. In modern science, in modern medicine, the moment of death is not yet well defined. A person can lay in coma, hooked to tons of equipment. His brain still produces the line, but is he dead or alive? The GDV device registers the moment of death as the moment when all parameters change completely, while other machines keep on beeping. Researchers also found that the way the energy leaves the body correlates highly with the type of death. A person who dies because of a natural cause, for example, old age, is going to have a different glow than the person who dies from a forceful death, commits suicide, or has a car crash. In short, we can conclude that physical processes happening in the body right before death affect biochemical processes during and after death. Scientists also studied people in love by measuring fingers of both people. According to the laws of physics, their glow has to push back. And that was true for those who were not in love. There was a definite border. But for those who were in love, that boundary disappeared. A glow of one person intercepted and penetrated the glow of the other. You can see it in biofields of older and younger couples, kids, and parents. Indeed, the science of scanning and analyzing human biofield is fascinating. I personally scanned and analyzed biofields of thousands of people all over the world using different machines. And today, I want to show you a true selfie of a human, the one that contains both emotional and physical information, and you can actually see it. So, let's look at this work in practice. I'm going to show you two pictures of biofields and ask a question. You're going to hold one finger for answer number 1 and 2 for answer number 2. Okay, you ready? All right. On these pictures, which person do you think is sick? Number 1 or number 2? Which person is sick? All right. So, Some of you said 1, so we're going to learn. This is 1, even though it's a beautiful color, but you see there's a lot of darkness and the energy is small, so that's that person. Which person has more energy, number 1 or number 2? All right, you're getting there, exactly, because the glow is big, is uninterrupted. On this one, which person is stressed out? Very good, you got it, number 2. As we see, a person who is healthy and happy is going to have a very strong, big, and bright glow. By the way, one of my clients, Kanye West, one of the richest and most successful artists of our time, has a very bright and big biofield. I was wondering, how can a person from middle-class family can create so much wealth? So I asked Kanye to measure himself on the abundance scale from 1 to 10. Do you know what he told me? He gave himself an 8. I told him, really, Kanye? If you're an 8, I'm -8. But he looked at me seriously and told me that until there are people who are hungry in the world and orphanages that need to be built in Africa, he cannot give himself a 10. His abundance included abundance of others. And I can't help but wonder, what if our energy field expands and so is our life if we think of others? When we love somebody, when we start seeing ourselves beyond our own lifetime. But the coolest thing about energy field is that it's not static. Feeling and being small and sick doesn't have to be your life sentence. I personally experienced bioenergetic transformations many times, but perhaps one of the most powerful experiences happened 8 years ago. I found myself laying on the floor of a dance studio on a yoga mat covered with just a coat. This was my home for the time being, as I recently got a divorce and seemingly lost everything at the same time. My husband, my secure job, and the roof over my head. I remember laying in darkness for days, feeling small and insignificant. I wanted to disappear. If I had access to biofield equipment back then, my true selfie would have been broke, small, and dim. One morning, my alarm didn't go off, and I woke up to my students knocking at the door of the dance studio, and I knew I would be caught, as nobody knew that I was divorced, let alone homeless. My mind went through all sorts of scenarios. Should I hide as if I was not there, pretend I came into practice, or just run away? Instead, I opened the door and confessed my truth. With that act of humility and honesty, my energy expanded, and the response was completely different than what I thought would be. Instead of fear and shame, I felt relief and love. My students gave me complete support and understanding. If I continued to feed on that fear and shame, I probably would have manifested depression, anxiety, or even worse, sickness. But I was given a gift. I realized that my happiness depends on my energy and that I can choose how to feel both emotionally and physically at any moment. Today, I showed you how your energy is reflected in the biofield. I gave you science behind it. I gave you my story, but I want to leave you with a practical tool so you can take it home and use it whenever you feel small or every day. You don't need any scientific tools for that. You're going to feel that transformation of the energy now so you can create a bigger version of yourself. Are you ready to learn that tool? Yes, then get up. Not ready. Then get up. All right, thank you very much. I ask you to please close your eyes and now go back to that situation with which we started.
to that situation where you felt hurt, angry, or frustrated. Imagine a sphere in front of you and start filling it up with all of the scenes from that situation. Maybe words, maybe people, feelings. In a moment, I'm going to make a sound, and you're going to literally step into that sphere. You're going to make a step forward, even a little step. Get ready and step. Stay there, keep your eyes closed. Feel all of these negative feelings. That's right. And now start shrinking them. Imagine them sliding down along the walls of the sphere, becoming smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. And now turn them into a little cute puppy sitting on the leash by your foot. And now feel the difference between you and that situation, how big you are compared to that. You are in control. You're the boss. Now, in a moment, I'm going to count to 3. And on the count of 3, I want you to make yet another step out of the sphere and to create bigger space. So, 1, 2, 3. Step forward. Open your arms. Open your eyes. Feel how your energy is expanding. Feel how all of these biophotons are running through all different cells of your body. That's right. You're so beautiful. Take a picture, mental picture of yourself. And from today, the more you remember, try to remember how to be victim of the circumstances, the more you will remember that you are a creator. You can choose how to feel. Please take this mental selfie, your true selfie, and bring it anywhere you go today. The world really needs your light. Thank you.